Welcome to the fifth of 6 thyroid videos that's going to conclude my series on thyroid for a while. If you have any recommendations of videos that you'd like to see or cover, just let me know, comment below. If you have any specific questions, always you can email me. But in this particular category of thyroid problem, normal levels of TSH, T4, T3, or sometimes you'll see these numbers off as well, but the big thing is lower levels of free and available hormone. So this is a case where somebody could have completely normal blood work, at least on the surface, unless you looked at these free levels. Sometimes they're ordered, sometimes they're not. Doctors are all different in the ways that they look at these things, but what we're looking at are depressed levels of free and available hormone. These are the important ones because these bound versions of the hormone are not usable. They cannot interact with receptors, so it's gonna result in low thyroid symptoms, fatigue, trouble losing weight, hair loss, all of those things that nobody likes to deal with. What drives this issue is typically excessive amounts of some sort of sex hormone, either testosterone or estrogen. Most commonly, I'm seeing that in these two patterns are these orange categories of things as root drivers. So somebody's been placed on hormone replacement therapy, particularly estrogen, but you could also be on testosterone, and excessive amounts of that in the blood will increase binding globulin and basically bind up all of these free and available hormones. Not a good thing. So one way to address it is to reduce your hormone replacement therapy and maybe look for some alternatives on that. If you're interested in a video on menopausal transitions and things like that, just leave a comment below, and I'll kind of move that up the queue. Otherwise, there's a lot of information on that. Functional dominance of estrogen, so estrogen dominance, you can check out my PMS video where I talk about estrogen issues and detoxing that, getting rid of things that drive estrogen. All of that's important. I typically don't see that manifest or be a primary issue, at least, reproductive age females that have this particular pattern. It does exist, but typically if you have this issue, there are much bigger impacts on these above patterns. And I see that happen first before we see this. So either way, addressing it is important, but you can check out that video if you think you're in that category of PMS issues. If you are in the PCOS, speaking of hormonal problems category, if you've ever been diagnosed with PCOS, this is what drives not only low levels of free thyroid hormone, which is going to contribute to excessive weight gain, and more fat equals more problems with PCOS. So it's a vicious cycle, unfortunately. So the way you address excessive production of androgens, which is what this is and what testosterone is, or what PCOS is addressing insulin surges. Now, I'm very particular in saying that it's insulin surges because you get this high level of insulin repetitively. Eventually, that does turn into diabetes, but it doesn't have to manifest as diabetes yet, especially in younger women. Very commonly, I see this manifest as low blood sugar or fluctuations between low and high. So it's important to stabilize blood sugar. I've got a video on dysglycemia is the proper term for it. And if you can get stability in the blood sugar, almost always, careful not to say always, this improves. These levels of testosterone improve, thyroid improves, and somebody who was unable to lose weight starts to be able to lose weight just by stabilizing blood sugar, not really changing anything in particular about not just dropping calories. That's actually not the solution to this problem, although it can be part of it. Again, watch that video, and if you're in this PCOS category, you already know that you're in that category. Check that out, and that'll have the biggest impact on this particular person. So that pretty much covers this thyroid pattern. If you have any specific questions on this particular pattern, PCOS, estrogen dominance, hormone replacement therapy, menopause, leave them in the comment below, or feel free to email me if you'd like to answer more personally. doc@drtoddanderson.com. Check out my website, drtoddanderson.com. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you found that this video was helpful for you. And we'll see you in video number 6 pretty soon.